This is Always Be Finding, where opportunity is created, not chased.
Picture this. Project's done. The equipment's back in the van. You shake hands with the client, smile, they say thanks, you say thanks, and that's it. It's quiet. Their car pulls away, no drama, no complaint, just silence. The kind that lingers for days. That's the moment I want to talk about. See, most people only focus on how the job went today. They don't realize the way you end a job is how you open or close every future door. When there's no feeling, no clarity, not even the seed of what's next, it's like walking away from a cold fireplace and expecting the room to feel warm tomorrow. They don't call you for the next project. Your name doesn't get passed along. All that opportunity? On ice. This isn't about creating a better sales script or even delivering amazing work. It's about leaving every door you pass through a crack open. Most folks wrap up with, thanks, goodbye, and think that's professional. But ask anyone who's needed a referral or a second project, average endings rarely lead to future beginnings. You get future chances by designing relationships, not just finishing transactions. The game changes when you leave people feeling like you're the easy, obvious next call. For your clients, your team, and yourself, that clarity buys you shot after shot. So, pause and think about this. Opportunities don't show up later if the relationship ends today.
Years ago, I helped coach a sales consultant who always ended her phone calls with, "Thanks for your time, let me know if you need anything." That sounds fine, until she needed something. When she reached out months later for a reference or a new offering, it was just crickets. And she didn't understand why. But she didn't design her relationships from the start. She didn't begin with the end in mind. She moved on to the next sale, then when she needed something, she hadn't earned the right to get a response. She never planted the seed for what could come next, so the door was closed and locked. It wasn't personal, they just moved on.
Guilty. In the moment you are thinking, this one is done, on to the next. Then future you regrets it. You can't just call past clients out of the blue when you need a sale this month. If you treat every project like it's one and done, you erase all your future chances. Clients feel that. It's transactional. I did my work, you paid, all good. But opportunities don't play that way. Every final handshake is really the first handshake for what might come next. Leave them with more than they expect. Show you care after you got paid. Simple.
Let's try this. Jake, you be the rep wrapping up an outdoor project. I'm the client. Let's play it like we're standing by the new flower beds.
All right, picture we're standing there and I say, "Hey Imani, before I head out, here's how you keep those new plants looking sharp. Water in the morning, not at night. And if you have questions or concerns, call me. Those outdoor drains, just keep the leaves off of them, but any problem, reach out. Seriously, if you need anything, I'm one text away. And I'll check in a month to make sure everything is good. Any questions while I'm here?"
I love how Jake left that with, "I'll check in a month." That's called a proactive follow-up, and that's exactly how you do it. You're not pitching anything. You're letting the client know you're still looking out for them. When you say you'll check in a month or at the end of the warranty period or even every 6 months, you're making it about their experience and their peace of mind. You're making sure everything is still working the way it should. That's where new opportunities naturally come from, not because you pushed for them, but because you stayed present. When the follow-up is focused on the client, the next conversation feels easy, it feels normal, and that's how doors stay open.
Opportunities don't just appear months later. They're built in these little moments when you leave the door open without forcing it. And you earn the right to proactively present them with new opportunities. They trust you now, and they're open to thoughtful ideas that might help them. If you design your relationships from the beginning, people will remember how you made them feel, and they'll be open to future possibilities. You have to think long-term. Okay, let's move it forward. Ever feel that urge to follow up with somebody, but you hesitate, thinking, "Man, I don't want to be that person"? Prospecting is a dance. One step too fast, and you trip all over the line between helpful and a nuisance. The best never hang back, but they never chase too hard either. This chapter? It's about staying present in people's minds without being the kind of rep whose texts make their eye twitch. Because presence, when done right, is permission. It's not about flooding inboxes or weekly check-in calls that say nothing. It's about making purposeful, meaningful little deposits that stack up over time. The payoff? Trust. You've earned permission to discuss new opportunities.
I call good follow-ups purposeful deposits. Jake, I gotta ask, how do you keep from being that person who's more like an ad than a real ally? Honestly, sometimes I worry about overdoing it.
Great question. Genuine care and consistency are everything. I set my rhythm, one check-in after a job wraps, then I schedule the follow-up right in my calendar for 30 days out. And I never reach out just to ask for something. Instead, it's like, just a reminder to water more since it's been hot and dry. Or, your warranty expires next month, how about we meet to go over everything? Make sure nothing needs to be fixed or replaced. Give more than you take. That's the secret. Give, give, give. Then, and only then, bring up the next opportunity.
Agreed. I'll look for little moments. Maybe their company was featured in a magazine. I'll shoot over a quick congrats with a link. It's not about the sale. It's about being a genuine supporter. So when opportunity comes up, you're the first name they think of. It's a caring habit, really. And my small rule, if you're pausing before sending something, asking yourself, is this useful to them or just useful to me? Keep your check-ins about the other person, and you'll always stay at the top of their good list.
That's the takeaway. A light, repeatable rhythm that's about giving, not grabbing. The measure? If they don't hesitate to respond, if it always feels welcome instead of forced, you've nailed it. Purposeful presence creates permission to ask about future opportunities. Show up with value, and you're always invited back in. Up to now, we've been talking about opportunities that come from existing clients. Follow-ups, check-ins, staying present, earning permission to bring thoughtful ideas back to the same relationship. That alone creates momentum. But there's another layer most people never design for. Once trust is earned, how do you make it easy for that trust to travel to other people? How do you become easy to recommend without putting your client in an awkward spot?
For me, this only works if the client feels fully taken care of first. If they don't feel confident yet, I don't go there. But when they do, I don't ask for referrals. I set context. I'll say something like, just so you know, a lot of our work comes from clients passing our name along. Usually it's when someone says they're frustrated with a contractor or just want someone dependable. If that ever comes up, I'm always happy to help.
And that's the shift. You're not asking them to think of someone right now. You're telling them when to think of you later. You're giving them a situation, not a task. That makes it feel natural instead of salesy.
I also make sure to remove the risk. I'll add, and if it's not a good fit, I'll tell them that and point them to the right person. That line matters. It tells them their reputation is safe.
Exactly. People don't hesitate to refer you because they don't like you. They hesitate because they don't want it to blow back on them. When you make it clear you'll protect their name the same way you protected their project, referrals stop feeling like a gamble.
And the funny thing is, once you say that, they'll often say, actually, I already know someone. But even if they don't, the seed's planted. The next time a friend complains, your name comes up naturally.
That's what being easy to recommend really means. You've done great work, you communicated, you followed up, you stayed present. Now you've given them simple language and a low-risk reason to talk about you. They don't have to sell you, they just have to remember you.
This is where designed experience turns into expanded opportunity. You don't wait and hope people figure out how to refer you. You build it into how you finish the job. You earn trust through action. Then you intentionally show people how that trust can help someone else. No pressure, no awkward ask, just clarity and confidence. When clients feel safe recommending you, opportunity doesn't stay contained. It spreads. One relationship becomes many because you designed it that way.
If you want clients to become your champion, make it easy. Just be the person they're excited and safe to recommend.
You'll know this is working when the phone rings and the conversation starts with, "Hey, Nancy said I had to call you," or, "You did work for my neighbor and they wouldn't stop talking about you." That's the signal. No explaining, no selling, no convincing. Just trust already transferred before you ever say hello. When people call you by name before you've met them, when they already feel confident because someone else felt safe with you, that's when you know you designed the relationship the right way. That's not luck. That's trust traveling.
Make recommending you a favor people want to do, not a gamble they dread.
Whether it's a new opportunity with an existing client or a referral that comes from one, it all comes back to the same thing, how you finish. Every time you deliver, communicate, and follow through, you make that door a little wider. Wider for someone else to walk through because your client felt confident saying your name. Wider for you to walk back through next season because the relationship never ended. Opportunity doesn't appear later by accident. It's built right here in these moments.
All right, listeners. Each tip today is meant for action, not just thinking about it. So here's your action item. Set calendar invites for your own follow-ups, now and then after every sale or interaction. Urgency matters. Every door you leave open could be your next opportunity. Don't wait for marketing. Be remarkable, not forgettable. We'll see you in Chapter 2, where we continue the discussion about creating simple, value-driven touchpoints. Until then, always be finding.
You've been listening to Always Be Finding. Stay visible, stay relevant, and we'll catch you on the next episode.